You're watching Ticket TV. Like, share, and subscribe on your way in. All right, chat. Salute, chat. Y'all get on in here. I got a big update for y'all. I think this boy eligible to get a new trial, and I'm dead serious. Y'all get in here, chat. Like, share, subscribe, share this video. I've been working. Y'all know I've been working, and I got some more information for y'all. Boy, this rabbit hole run deep. I got some more information for y'all. In the last couple of hours, I got paperwork, and I got more information for y'all. This rabbit hole, ladies and gentlemen, it runs deep. It runs deep, y'all. This rabbit hole is crazy. And I'm about to show it everything to y'all. Y'all like, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Y'all come on in. Come on in here, man. Come on in here, man. Y'all share this video. Get on in here. Hold on. Share this video. Get on in here, man. I got some information for y'all. Salute to everybody that's tapped in. And I'm serious about this. Y'all make sure y'all like the video. Share the channel. Share the content, y'all. Hold on one second. I got some information for all y'all right now. Salute to everybody that's in here, man. All right. So let's get ready to get going. It's a live stream, so this is why I'm pushing up like this. All right, you guys. I'll let y'all get on in here, bro. And I found that paperwork I was looking for. Remember that paperwork I told y'all in the last video I was looking for? I found it. All right. Y'all like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Hold on one second, guys. Chat. Just give me a second. I want to get something straight for y'all. Boy, they did not want me finding out. Hold on, you guys. All right, y'all. Y'all come on in. Y'all come on in, smash the like button. I got information for y'all. And Karmelo Anthony, somebody get this to his parents. They have a strong case for a new trial immediately. They have a strong case for a new trial immediately. And I have more information. I have more information on the judge, and I have information on the father of the judge. And I'm about to give it to y'all now. I have paperwork that I was looking for. I got that paperwork on the judge. I have actual information on the judge's father. It seems like it is a absolute cesspool down there in Collin County, and it's been covered up, it seems like, for a long time, because they faced a lot of allegations down there under, the watch of Judge Roach and his daddy, Judge Roach Sr. And we about to talk about this right now. And I have the info for y'all, and I want to break this down for you guys right now. So make sure y'all share the video, like the video, subscribe to the channel, because everybody needs to see this video, push this to their parents, okay? Now, let me give y'all this right now, all right? Okay. Just give me a second. I know y'all hate it when I do this, but it's because I'm making sure I get all my stuff queued up so I can put on it how I want to put it out for y'all. So listen, yes, read your screen, ladies and gentlemen. A defendant can get a new trial if their lawyers fail to perform due diligence, but it requires meeting a strict legal standard known as ineffective assistance of counsel. Now, I think I can prove this, that he meets that strict standard, and I'm going to do it in this video. And not only that, I'm going to show you where the judge has allegations against him. I've already showed you that, but I got other paperwork on the judge that I didn't have, and also the judge's father. The judge's father was not only a judge out there, the judge's father was a DA as well, and he had corruption allegations against him as well. And I'm finna show y'all this right now. This is disgusting. That Collin County courthouse, they finna get shaken up. They mess with the wrong ones, man, because everybody deserves a fair, equal trial. And that trial, I'm about to tell y'all what's going on. So basically, as y'all can see on the screen, right, it says simply, and this is correct, simply being unhappy with your lawyer's performance or strategy ain't enough. In the United States, to secure a new trial on these grounds, a defendant must satisfy the two-pronged test established by the U.S. Supreme Court in Strickland versus Washington, y'all. And guess what? Carmelo Anthony meets these. And I'm about to tell y'all right now why he meets these and why he probably will get a new trial in a different jurisdiction. The two-pronged Strickland test. And I'm going to highlight that for you guys. To successfully argue that a lack of due diligence warrants a new trial, the defendant carries the burden of proving both the following elements. 1, deficient performance. The attorney's performance fell below an objective standard of reasonableness under prevailing professional norms. The defendant must show that the lawyer made errors so serious that they were not functioning as the counsel guaranteed by the Sixth Amendment. 2, prejudice. There is a reasonable probability, but for the counsel's unprofessional errors, the result of the proceeding would have been different. A reasonable probability means the probability sufficient to undermine confidence in the outcome. Now, let's go down. Common examples of lack of due diligence. Courts may grant a new trial if the defense attorney's failure to investigate or prepare fundamentally compromise the fairness of the initial trial. Common examples include, you guys, 1, failure to investigate, failing to interview key witnesses, consult critical expert witnesses, or visit the crime scene. So let's look at the key witnesses. Hunter Metcalf. Hunter Metcalf was right there. He didn't even call him up to the stand. Did he even interview Hunter Metcalf? Did his attorney even interview Hunter Metcalf? Right? He was a key witness. Also, did he call up the track coach for the team, for both teams? Did he call both track coaches on the stand for both teams to get their testimony? Did he interview both track coaches? Did he interview whoever the person was that was controlling the venue that day? Did he call those witnesses to the stand? Did he do that? These are all questions that put you in an area to say, hey, man, this situation right here may have serious grounds, because the biggest witness, which is the brother of Austin Metcalf, R.I.P. to Austin Hunter Metcalf, he was not called to the stand by the defense. Why is that? When he's a key witness right there. Also, failure to review evidence, neglecting to examine the prosecution's discovery materials, which might contain exculpatory evidence or inform that could impeach state witnesses. Failure to file crucial motions, failing to file clear motions to suppress evidence that was obviously obtained through illegal and an unconstitutional search. Failure to review medical or mental health history. Remember I told y'all that? Relying blindly on a state-appointed evaluation without investigating a documented history of mental impairment that could affect intent or competency. Now, remember I told y'all? The father said something the other day. The father said his son suffers from I think he said his son have seizures or something like that. He had to get his medicine, right? I told y'all that they should have had somebody evaluate that boy and evaluate that whole situation. Remember I told y'all this? I said that they should have somebody evaluate him. He should have been questioned by therapists. He should have been questioned by people to why, first of all, he was carrying a knife. Was he a victim of bullying? All these different things should have been asked and brought to the table on him. Straight up. If it wasn't, those are all excellent grounds for his new trial. Now, let's keep going, because I got a bigger one for y'all. Now, if a defendant believes that their lawyer lacked due diligence, right, they can't ask for a do-over mid-trial. They must utilize specific post-conviction legal mechanisms, right? And y'all need to send this to the parents so they know this. 1, a motion for a new trial, which is what they're doing, I think. This is a direct request made to the trial judge shortly after the guilty verdict is rendered, but before official sentencing takes place, right? I don't know if they did that or not. Direct appeal, a request to a higher, right, appellate court to review the trial record for legal errors. However, IAC claims are rarely successful on direct appeal because the trial record usually lacks the hidden evidence or background details showing why the lawyer failed to prepare. State post-conviction relief, federal habeas corpus. This is the most common route. It allows a defendant to file a separate petition after losing their appeals. This process permits the introduction of new evidence outside the original trial record, such as missing witness statements or records the first lawyer never looked for. Remember I told y'all he should have interviewed every single witness that was out there from both schools? Did he do that? How many witnesses did he say he called 6 people to the stand? Not enough. Sorry, not enough. Now, check it out, y'all. This is the biggest why I think they got him right here. And this is where I come in. And this is where the doctor who came out, the lady doctor came out yesterday and put their ass on blast, because I was already on the judge. She got the DA, and I'm going to show y'all right now the corruption allegations in Collin County. Look at this, y'all. Prior corruption allegations can be the grounds to move a trial to a different district, but only if they have created widespread prejudice that prevents a fair trial. That's exactly what happened, y'all. You know how I know? Because not only did Carmelo Anthony's father say that they were threatened, Austin Metcalf's father said that he was threatened and they were threatened as well. And not only threatened, they said that they were doxxed as well. Once that happens, your lawyer is supposed to ask for an immediate change of venue. Let me repeat myself again. A case of this magnitude, where the father said on the Breakfast Club interview that they had people coming to their house, they had doxed their address, and had people coming to their house, threatening them, and people contacting them. And he said he had the proof, he has the messages, and that people had came to his house. Once that happens, they have every right. Let me show you right here. Let me show you right here. In legal terms, moving a trial to a different district or county is called a change of venue. The allegations themselves don't automatically trigger a move. Instead, the defendant must prove that public exposure surrounding these allegations has completely compromised the local jury pool. And that's exactly what it did. That's exactly what it did. And I'm going to tell you why. His father said in the Breakfast Club interview yesterday, remember when everybody was saying, oh, Ticket, they went and bought a new house? That was a lie. His father said that the reason why they moved is because people doxed their address, showed up to their house, and threatened them outside their house. That right there is enough grounds. That right there. And also, the family of Austin Metcalf, his father said that yesterday in that interview he did too when he went on that racist rant. His father said that he was doxxed and they were threatened too. That right there is enough legal grounds for the lawyer. That's why I said the lawyer didn't do his job to ask for the case to be moved to a different venue, and I'm going to prove it. This boy going to be eligible to get a new trial. I'm finna show y'all in a different venue. I'm finna show y'all this right now. Under the rules, like Federal Criminal Procedure 21, a judge will evaluate how the prior corruption allegations impact the current case using a specific framework. The problem is, though, they didn't ask for a change of venue. Matter of fact, I'm going to check right now. Did they ask for a change of venue? Hold on. Did Carmelo Anthony's lawyer ask for a change of venue? No. Didn't I tell y'all this? Game over. Nope. It's on your screen. He didn't ask for it. It's over with. It's over with, bro. They meet the legal threshold. Somebody send this to their parents. Please share this with their parents. They got the absolute screw job. Let me tell you why. The father said something that triggered me. I listened to every single word he said. From how many people he said he went up to went up to his son, to when he said that before the trial started. Listen to what I'm telling y'all. He said this in the Breakfast Club interview yesterday. He said before the trial started, the reason why they moved is because they doxed his address online. Listen to what I'm saying. And somebody said ChatGPT is not reliable. It is reliable because guess why? I don't have just ChatGPT. I have the actual law right here in paperwork, sucker. See, ChatGPT, all that is just a bridge. I have the actual law, sucker. And all you have to do is go right to the website. I have the actual law. It's right there in black and white. I was waiting on you to say that, boy. Don't you know I'm waiting on you to say that, fool? Don't you know I'm waiting on you to say that, sucker? So I can show you all this other evidence I have right here. Huh? Don't you know that? I can prove all the corruption. You think I came in here, boy, and wasn't ready for no smoke? Huh? I'm ready for all the smoke. Guess what? Even his daddy, even the judge's daddy, boy. Dallas Morning News, fool. June the 30th, 2010. Even the judge's daddy, John Roach Sr. His daddy was the district attorney before that and a judge. Read it. The Collin County DA, John Roach. That's John Roach Sr. right there. That's John Roach Jr.'s daddy. That's the judges on Karmelo case's daddy. Was accused of harassing a district judge. And guess what, y'all? I got paperwork on all this shit. See, I wait for a nigga to say some stupid shit. I got paperwork on all this. And let me tell y'all this. They wrongfully convicted that white woman. Then I cannot be beat, boy. They wrongfully convicted Mrs. Wooten. And she got a major settlement because of what the daddy, who was the Collin County DA, right? And he was a judge down there, what the daddy did. And you better believe I went deep, boy. See, when you talk that trash, boy, you can't play with me, boy. I'm cut from a different cloth. I ain't just come here just talking. I don't got to talk. Right? My stats say I'm the deal, boy. I got the paperwork right here. And guess what? She got a major payout for that wrongful conviction, boy. Down there in Collin County. Now, before I finish cooking you on that, let me go back to this. Because I wasn't even going to pull that on you till you ran your mouth. I was just waiting on somebody to say something. See how stupid you sound, boy? This is all legal case law. Point blank period, right? Now, check this out. This is why the case is going to get overturned. Both parents, not just Karmelo Anthony's parents, but Austin Metcalf's dad came out in that interview he did yesterday, that racist interview he did. He came out and stated that he was doxxed too and that they received threats too. The instance that Karmelo Anthony received threats, doxxed, and they showed up to his crib, the instance that happened, the lawyer is supposed to ask for a new venue and a new trial because now that whole entire area has been poisoned and that could potentially rot in the jury pool in Collin County down there in Frisco, Texas. How do I know? I'm just great like that, fool. Now, right? Now check this out. So then, when I looked at this, right? You know I had to look at it, right? You know I had to look at it. So I looked at the corruption, right? Right? So basically, right? The core ground of pretrial publicity and community bias. The primary argument for moving a trial based on corruption allegations is excessive pretrial publicity. That's what happened in the Karmelo case. That's what happened in this case. This case meets all the thresholds. If local news, political campaigns, or social media have saturated the district with the coverage of the corruption, a defense attorney can argue that the community is hostile or has already presumed the defendant's guilt. That happened. You know how we know that happened? Because the father already showed y'all. And all you had to do was look at the news reports going all into this trial. Right? Right? That's all you have to do. Right down there in Collin County. Go look at all the news reports and go look at everything everybody was saying going into this trial. It's right here. It's right here. Right? Now listen to this right here, y'all. To win this motion, the defense must establish one of two types of prejudice. Presumed prejudice, that the coverage of the corruption allegations is so continuous, inflammatory, and widespread that the court assumes that an impartial jury simply cannot be found in that district. This is exceptionally higher legal bar. An actual prejudice. During the jury selection process, voir dire questioning reveals that vast majority of potential local jurors are heavily aware of the corruption allegations and cannot set aside their preconceived biases to judge the case fairly. All them people down in Collin County had to hear about all these sexual assault allegations. This is in their local news down there in Collin County. All of these different reports I showed y'all. Insurance company agrees to pay $600,000 to settle lawsuit filed by a former Collin County judge wrongfully convicted of bribery. All of this stuff, right? Well, I told y'all that lady Wooten was wrongfully convicted. Then you had all these other things going on with alleged corruption down there, right? For all these years. Not just 1 year, all these years, right? This is all in the newspapers, right? But let's forget that. Let's forget that. How the judge evaluates the request. Judges generally are reluctant to grant a change of venue and will consider several factors before moving a trial. The size of the community. In a large metropolitan district with millions of residents, a judge will likely argue that an unbiased jury can still be found. Despite local corruption news in small, tight-knit community, news travels faster and impacts at a higher percentage of the jury pool. Tell me down there in Frisco, Texas. Ladies and gentlemen, is that a small county down there in Collin County? In Frisco? Is that a small little county down there? Y'all, somebody tell me in the comments that's down there in Texas. Is Frisco, because I thought Collin County was small. See, if you was in a big city, you have a harder time getting that off. But when you in them little small cities, small towns where everything spread fast, oh, we got an argument. We have a conversation. Collin County, y'all. Is Collin County, is it small? That's all I'm asking. Is Collin County, is that small? I'm talking about Collin County. Where that court is at, where that district is at. Is Collin County small? Somebody got to tell me that. Somebody got to tell me that. Then the tone of the coverage right here. Purely factual reporting on corruption allegations is rarely enough to move a trial. The coverage must be deeply sensationalized, hostile, or explicitly promotional of a guilty verdict. The defendant's status. If the defendant is a prominent public official, politician, or high-profile figure within the specific community, the impact of the corruption narrative is weighed much more heavily. That man got his whole family in corruption allegations. Whether it's corruption, whether it's being sanctioned for funds. Remember, he's a judge. His father was a judge and a DA, right? And check this out, y'all. This is the big one. This is the big one. Can local threats to lives of family or defendants be a legitimate cause? Yes. Credible and documented local threats to the lives of the defendant or their family are a highly legitimate cause to move a trial to a different district. Ladies and gentlemen, the father said on the Breakfast Club that he had evidence that not only were they doxxed and them people showed up to their home, not only were they doxxed and people showed up to their home, but he had evidence that they sent him threatening messages, threatening his life. And not only did the father for Karmelo Anthony say that, the father for Austin Metcalf said the same on that interview he did the other night too, that racist rant he went on. He said the same. Let's look at it. In criminal law, this scenario directly compromises the integrity of the judicial process. A judge will grant a change of venue under these conditions based on two primary constitutional instructional concerns: jury contamination and courthouse security. Right? One, jury contamination and fear. If a community is hostile enough that the lives of the defendant and their family are actively threatened, it is virtually impossible to select an impartial jury. Game over. That's enough right there. Game over. Once the father said on the Breakfast Club yesterday that he had proof that their home address was doxed, people showed up to their home threatening to kill them. Right? That's enough right there. Their lawyer should have immediately asked for a change of venue. Forget everything else. Read this part right here. Read this part right here I'm showing y'all. Game over. If a community is hostile enough, and that shit was hostile down there, that the lives of the defendant or their family are actively threatened, it is virtually impossible to select an impartial jury. Game time. Game time. I highlighted it for you. Game time. Game time. We ain't even got to talk about the size no more. I cut that out for you right there. I cut that out for you right there. Let me read that line again. If a community is hostile enough that the lives of the defendant or their family, here we go again, are actively threatened, it is virtually impossible to select an impartial jury. And not only that, Jake Lang is locked up on $1 million bond because he threatened to hang Karmelo Anthony outside the courthouse. Let me repeat myself again. Jake Lang got arrested and put on $1 million bond because he threatened to hang the defendant outside. He threatened to unalive the defendant if they didn't find him guilty. And he said that the defendant should be hung outside of the courthouse and popped in the head. Now, I'm finna prove this shit to y'all. I'm telling y'all. Remember I told y'all how important Jake Lang getting arrested and getting that $1 million bail was for? Remember, nobody ever got $1 million bail for what Jake Lang did. That bail is usually 10 to 50,000 people. Listen to what I said to y'all. Listen to what I'm saying to y'all. Now, this has nothing to do with the size of the venue. Nothing to do with it. This has something to do with whether or not the defendants were in true fear of their lives. They were in so much fear, they had to move from their home. They had to move to a gated community and higher security. That is enough to meet the bar to have had that venue changed. Let's keep going. I'm showing y'all this on the screen right now. Juror intimidation. Juror intimidation. Local jurors living in that same community will likely fear for their own safety. They may worry that delivering a verdict, especially an acquittal, could make them targets of the same hostile groups or individuals making the threats. That's why I told y'all I'm surgical with this thing. When I told y'all what Jake Lang did, Jake Lang helped Karmelo Anthony. When everybody said, Ticket, what were you talking about when you said Karmelo got a big win? Because that damn fool went down there to the courthouse and threatened the jury. And then he went on the internet. He went on the internet and literally said he's arrested because he said if the jury don't find Karmelo Anthony guilty, he gonna take justice into his own hands. If I'm lying, I'm flying economy. Here we go. Here we go. Jake Lang, ladies and gentlemen. Jake Lang.
Hey guys, it's Jake Lang here. I'm in the Dallas County Jail. They ripped me off the plane today. Dozens of officers treating me like El Chapo. They drove me through the tarmac. They've arrested me for a felony, what's called terroristic threat, simply because I said that if the jury did not find Karmelo Anthony guilty, that we the people will deal with justice.
There you go right there. There you go. He admitted this on his own phone. That's why I told y'all, how stupid can you be? Once again, play it again.
Treating me like El Chapo. They drove me through the tarmac. They've arrested me for a felony, what's called terroristic threat, simply because I said that if the jury did not find Karmelo Anthony guilty, that we the people will deal with justice. And this is
there you go right there. Now listen to what else he said. Listen to what else he said. And everybody got to understand, that's why they gave him $1 million bail, because of the extent of what he said. And they said he interfered with governmental processions. This is the part y'all don't understand. I'm on this first. So when y'all hear all this stuff come back up, remember I told y'all first when nobody was talking about this. Remember I told y'all first when nobody told y'all this. I told y'all first this boy put his foot in his mouth. Listen to everything he said. I'm going to play it through.
Me like El Chapo. They drove me through the tarmac. They've arrested me for a felony, what's called terroristic threat, simply because I said that if the jury did not find Karmelo Anthony guilty, that we the people will deal with justice. And this is a classic case of a lawfare used to squash a First Amendment protester like myself. We had a press conference, an LED truck, speaker system, everything.
Interfere with the procedures. This man went on the internet and said not only was they going to do that, he said they had an LED, speakers, all that. This boy gave him the case. I told y'all this. Let me show y'all again so y'all can understand what I just said. If the jury contamination and fear, if the community is hostile enough that the lives of the defendant, meaning Karmelo Anthony or their family, are actively threatened, it is virtually impossible to select an impartial jury. That's law. Don't ask me. That is law. Look it up yourself. And not only that, jury intimidation. Local jurors living in that same community will likely fear for their own safety. They may worry that delivering a verdict, especially an acquittal, could make them targets of the same hostile groups or individuals making the threats. And what did Jake Lane do? Thank you, Jake Lane. We really appreciate you. Jake Lane went right out there to the courthouse and did exactly what the law said he wasn't supposed to do. He went right out there. And this is why he's all over the news. This is a nobody, right? But he's all over the news with that $1 million, listen, because he went from Florida all the way to Texas just to stir shit up during the trial. And remember what I told y'all, the one thing the judge did wrong, he didn't sequester the jury. He didn't give them a legal out. If the judge would have sequestered the jury the entire trial and took their phones, he would have given them a way out, because he would have said they can't be influenced at all. But the fact, and this ain't no jailhouse lawyer, these are facts, and you're going to see it when he gets his appeal. And I'm going to sit right here, and I'm going to say, I told you so. I told you so. Once again, you're not listening. This is the reason why Jake Lane has been arrested on a $1 million bond. You don't get no $1 million bond for going outside and saying this, saying that. You don't do that, right? And he's facing up to a decade in prison right now, just off that, not including all the other charges he's been hit with, right? So that's why that charge was so serious. How do I know, ladies and gentlemen? How do I know? Because I got his paperwork. I got his paperwork right there. I got his paperwork, man. I'm great at this shit, man. I got his paperwork, man. Right? I got his paperwork. Appreciate you, buddy. That's why I told you. We appreciate you, buddy. We appreciate you. And the fact that the father said one thing that triggered me yesterday of Karmelo Anthony, and it made me think. I had to do my research. The father said in an interview with the Breakfast Club, he said not only were they doxxed their address, he said the reason why they had to move is because they doxxed their address online and people showed up to their house threatening to kill them. And not only that, he says he has messages that people sent them at the time too. As soon as that happened, the lawyer was supposed to ask for a change of venue to protect the safety of the proceedings and to protect the safety of the family. Ladies and gentlemen, the lawyer never asked for a change of venue. No, Carmelo Anthony's defense team or defense attorney, Mike Howard, did not file a motion for a change of venue before his trial began. Game time. I hit this shit at the buzzer, man. I hit this shit at the buzzer, dog. Game time. I hit this shit at the buzzer, dog. I don't miss. I hit this at the buzzer, bro. Now listen, peep game. This was in the Forbes now. This was in Forbes. Now peep this now. Peep this, right? Peep this. And I'm going to say this to y'all again. Peep this game, right? The decision to not seek a change of venue has become a major point of criticism and public debate. Following the verdict, several key details regarding this issue have emerged. And they were right here. They were right here. And they lucky. They're lucky. Let me show y'all. See, they block these type of things from us, y'all. They block these type of things. Let me stop. Damn. Hold on. Hold on, y'all. I got to get it quick. Here we go. Y'all see y'all screen? All you got to do is go to the Forbes. They talked about this in Forbes.com. The Carmelo Anthony case raises questions about adolescent development, conflict, and the conversations we need to have before a tragedy occurs. Now, in that article, they spoke about, in that article, the lack of the change of venue. Go look it up. Everything I'm telling y'all, you can go research this yourself. Right here. His lawyer didn't even ask for a change of venue. That's why I told y'all the lawyer was horrible. Why wouldn't you want to change a venue when your client's life had been threatened and they were so afraid they had to move homes? Not only your client, but for the safety of Austin Metcalf's family too. Why? Because Austin Metcalf's father came out in the interview and said that his life was, and his family's life was threatened too during it, before and during the trial. That easy meets the bar to move venues. Easily. Presumed guilt. Right? Presumed guilt. Widespread local hostility and death threats often signal to the court that the community has already formed an unshakable belief of the defendant's guilt, rendering fair trial impossible in that jurisdiction. Can the church say amen? This boy gonna get a new trial. I'll tell y'all this. They had already said Carmelo was guilty. All over the internet. When this first happened, look at everything. Go back and look at all the reports online. Look at everything out there in Collin County, Frisco. They already convicted this boy. These right here were enough basis, right, to have a new venue. And guess what? Here's the reason why, and I'm telling y'all this. Here's the reason why he can get a new trial. Because his lawyer didn't even try. His lawyer didn't even ask for a change of venue. And here's the proof that they're going to have. The parents had to move because of fear of their life. The parents literally had to move. That right there shows you how serious the situation was. That the father said on the Breakfast Club that they had to move homes because the sons and their lives were threatened and put in danger. Send this to Austin Metcalf's family as well, because his father said that their lives were threatened. right? Send this to Carmelo Anthony's family because Carmelo Anthony's father said on the Breakfast Club interview yesterday that he had proof on his messages and they had to move homes. And the only reason why they moved is because someone doxed their address and people came to their homes threatening to kill them and sent them messages as well. That meets the threshold to request that. The fact that the judge, the lawyer didn't request that, that's enough right there to say, hey, man, my lawyer didn't even do his job. My lawyer did not even request for a change of venue. If you are the lawyer in this situation for Carmelo Anthony, how do you not request a change of venue after your client had to move homes because they threatened to kill the whole family? Think about this. And to the person who said it's racist support a murder, I don't support a murder. I just want to know all the truth and the facts. I don't want it to be hidden. I would rather it be put out in public. And once again, I said rest in peace, Austin Metcalf. I don't have no issue with any white folks that's not racist. I don't believe in anything that has to do with a child or any like that losing their life. And I don't have a problem repeating that. I don't celebrate that Austin Metcalf lost his life. He's a kid, bro. I'd never celebrate that. I never celebrate that. But I will say this. I stand against racism every day. And not only that, right? Right? Now, I'm telling you guys this. Jake Lang told y'all. He gave it. That's why Jake Lang is in jail right now. He can't get a bond. He got $1 million bond. He ain't going nowhere. But he told y'all, listen up. This man, bro, you know when they say when you get arrested that you are supposed to do what? What? You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say or do can and will be used against you in a court of law. Listen to what this man said. He literally said that they arrested him because he threatened the jury. Are y'all not listening? Listen again.
Treating me like El Chapo. They drove me through the tarmac. They've arrested me for a felony, what's called terroristic threat,
simply because, listen, he said they told me they arrested me for making a terroristic threat because I said, listen.
They've arrested me for a felony, what's called terroristic threat, simply because I said that if the jury did not find Karmelo Anthony guilty, that we the people will deal with justice. And this is a classic case of a lawfare.
That we the people will deal with justice. You know what that means? They were planning a riot. He didn't say me. He said we. Listen to what I said to y'all. They were planning to riot. That's case enough right there. That's grounds enough right there to show. That's why he got $1 million bond. And listen to him cry about the $1 million bond. He was so upset that they put his bond at $1 million. Listen.
Arrested me for a felony, what's called terroristic threat, simply because I said that if the jury did not find Karmelo Anthony guilty, that we the people will deal with justice. And this is a classic case of a lawfare used to squash a First Amendment protester like myself. We had a press conference, an LED truck, speaker system, everything.
Now listen, he had a press conference, a LED truck, speaker systems, and everything ready to go out there. Now you tell me what he was prepared to do. He said we had all this. So he had more people with him. Remember I told y'all that? He brought more people out there. Remember I told y'all this?
That if the jury did not find Karmelo Anthony guilty, that we the people will deal with justice. And this is a classic case of a lawfare used to squash a First Amendment protester like myself. We had a press conference, an LED truck, speaker system, everything for our 6:30 press conference event outside the Karmelo Anthony murder trial to celebrate justice being done in this case and call out the rest of the American people to stand with us.
And call out the rest of the American people to stand with us. Bro, if they would have found him not guilty, what you think that Jake Lang and them would have did to an all-white, Middle Eastern, and Asian jury? Let's keep going.
Before another Rita Zaruski and another Austin Metcalf happens to make real change, and they shut down my voice, they arrested me, they're holding me here, probably on an exorbitant bond. I'm going to see the judge in the morning. So please, guys, go to my Gift and Go account, donate some money to help me get out of here. I'll be stuck here for months in solitary confinement if I don't make bond. This is two-tier persecution against.
This call will be terminated in 2 minutes.
The white people of this world, we are under attack, and what they're doing to me, they want to do to all of us. I'm just at the forefront here. The lawfare and the weaponized DOJ and these deep state assets want to destroy us all. We cannot allow it to happen. If they do this to me, they can do it to you. Please, guys, stand up. We can't allow our good brothers like Chud, myself, and other great patriots to rot away in prison. Let's get me and my brothers home. God bless you guys. Thank you so much.
Now, with that being said, y'all, as I told y'all, that meets the standard right there. That meets the standard right there. Right? 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 I'm showing y'all this. Now, what the defense must prove. Now, this is what the defense must prove, y'all. Right? Now, listen to what I said to y'all, right? They must prove in order to win. Think about this. So this is the judge didn't even ask, but they could have proved this easily. And I'm going to tell you why right now. A judge will not move a trial based on vague, anonymous internet comments or general community anger. To win a change of venue based on safety threats, the defense must provide concrete evidence. Now listen to this, y'all. 1, law enforcement reports. Documentation showing that police or federal agencies have investigated and verified the credibility of the threats. Karmelo Anthony's parents called the cops when this happened, and they moved. Karmelo Anthony's family called the cops when they were threatened. Their home was doxxed, and they showed up threatening to kill the whole family, and they were forced to move to a gated community with security. Secondly, documented harassment. They're going to get this appeal. I'm telling y'all this right now. Evidence of direct communication. The father said on the Breakfast Club yesterday, he has evidence of messages that were sent to him threatening to kill them all. He said on the Breakfast Club interview yesterday, that's what made me come back and check all this. Evidence of direct communication. Letters, texts, voicemail, physical vandalism, or targeted protests at the family's home or workplace. They went to his home. Let's keep going. And y'all not understanding what I'm saying. That boy is going to get a new trial. Watch what I tell y'all. I promise y'all this. The same way I told y'all that Chubb, the builder, was going to get locked up, and everybody's like, no, ticket, he got freedom of speech. That fool's still locked up today. Then I tell y'all that. They don't want to listen to me on my channel, but you're going to listen today. You're going to listen today. Media saturation. Proof that local media coverage is actively inciting or amplifying calls for violence against the defendant or their family. Now, all they have to show is one of these right here. They can prove the law enforcement reports, and they can prove the documented harassment. Now, let's get to this part. Let's get to this part, because this is the part right here I wanted to show y'all. And this is devilish right here, boy. Boy, I found this, y'all. So I came in here this morning, if you didn't see the video, and everybody smash the like button. We should have over 1,000 likes. And I did the video on Karmelo Anthony's judge, Judge John Roach Jr. That's right. I came in here and I did the video on him, and I talked about his career, and I talked about the allegations against him in this entire situation. I talked about it on this channel. I talked about it, right? I talked about the allegations that he had levied against him and him being sanctioned. I showed y'all the evidence of him being sanctioned, right? Are y'all hearing what I'm saying? Are you following me? Right? Show you right here. Remember I showed y'all this morning. Now I looked up his father. I looked up his father. Karmelo Anthony, judge, the district attorney, the judge, the district attorney, sexual assault, sexual harassment, quid pro, corruption allegations, along with the assistant DA, Bill Werski. They settled a $1.75 million lawsuit, sexual harassment lawsuit against them. Right? Right? Where you had 6 employees that accused them of sexual assault, harassment, quid pro quo, corruption, and all kind of shit they had going on. Touching the females, putting their hands up their skirts, calling them bitches, whores, sluts, talking about whether or not they was giving BJs, all these things, using their the fact that if they didn't give them the sexual energy they wanted, that they'll use that against them on their jobs, all of these things. And they paid that. Now, I showed you that. I showed you this judge. I showed you the paperwork on that judge. I showed you the paperwork on him. Showed you the paperwork on him. Right? Now, I'm going to show you some more paperwork. I'm going to show you some more paperwork. But before I show you the paperwork on his father, I want to show you that paperwork I told y'all I had on him that I was going to find, that I couldn't find. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I found it. I found it. I found it. As y'all see right here on your screen, I found it. Special court review of inquiry concerning the Honorable John Roach Jr. Issued July the 24th, 2018. I found it. Judgment in public you know what? It's all right here. He was sanctioned. And I got the actual paperwork of him being sanctioned. That judge. The appropriate sanction for this conduct. Right? And read this right here. The special court review has considered pleadings, the evidence, and the arguments of counsel found or finds that the Honorable Judge John Roach Jr. willfully violated Canons B and 4D, 1 of the Code Judicial Conduct of Article 5, Section 1A, 6A of the Texas Constitution, as alleged in charges 1 and 2, by lending the prestige of his office and exploiting his position as a judge. And to the person who said fake files, this ain't no fake files, sucker. All you got to do is Google it. This ain't no fake files. This ain't no fake files, baby. This in the paperwork, Doc. This in the paperwork, Playboy. This ain't no faking these files. This in the real docket. I see you in the comment section, mad. You mad? I'm going to tell you like Cam told you. Mad. You mad. No, this ain't no fake, sir, ma'am. Jenny. Jenny, Jen. Jenny, Jen. We ain't faking no files over. I told you. No, this is real, baby. I know you mad now. Don't get mad. Watch out now. Watch out now. Yeah, don't get mad. We got the real files. Read the paperwork, baby. It's right there in blue. The special court review has considered the pleadings, the evidence, and the arguments of counsel, and finds that the Honorable John Roach Jr. willfully violated Canons 2B and 4D1 of the Code of Judicial Conduct. And Mr. Blaine, how are we racist when I speak against the murder of Austin Metcalf. I don't believe in that, sir. Mr. Blaine 5. I don't believe in that, Mr. Blaine. I don't believe in murder. Thou shalt not kill, right? But I also don't believe in racism. I also don't believe in a non-fair trial. I also don't believe in sexually assaulting, sexually harassing, quid pro quo, corruption, and all of these other things that have been going on and alleged down there in good old Collin County Courthouse down there, right? And you know what the funny part is that I found out? That in all these situations, guess what? There's no police report, sir. There's no, Mr. Blaine, there has been no investigation into any of these people. Imagine me being a person that has been accused by multiple women of sticking my hands up their skirts, putting their breasts against my chest, and doing all these things that the district attorney, the assistant district attorney, and all those other guys have been accused of doing, and trying to talk about somebody else need to be held for justice. Make it make sense. You say whatever I say. No, sir, it's not what I say. It's what the paperwork say. I'm showing you the paperwork. All I'm saying is that the case should have been moved to a different jurisdiction because all of the people that's in this jurisdiction is too much corruption around these same people that have been there for years. I showed you the lawsuit where they said, let me say this again. I showed you the lawsuit where they said that the same DA and the assistant DA were down there forcing women and using people against their wills to do what they wanted to do, right? And I'm telling you right there, I'm telling you what it is, right? See, I noticed one thing. White folks don't got no problem when you call out Diddy. They'll stand and applaud you. But the minute you start calling out Donald Trump, the minute you start calling out these crooked politicians, the minute you start calling out people who have been sanctioned like these white judges down here, right, who aren't supposed to be, because in my opinion, if you have any types of sexual assault, sexual harassment, and let me say something to you, sir. You said you've been listening to me, right? I'm the same Negro that said, I'm the same person that said that the Karmelo Anthony family picked the wrong representative. Why? Because he had all those criminal allegations on him in the past. I'm the same person that said up here, sir. The same exact person, sir, who sat up here and told you and said with a straight face in front of everybody that listened to this video, sir, all of these different things, and I've criticized people who lied about how many people were on the tape and this, that, and the third. So, yeah, we're not trying to hit that. We're trying to hit this on the screen right here. Now, your honorable judge who oversaw this case, he was found that he willfully violated. Who would want a judge that had been sanctioned before? Who would want a DA prosecuting your case that have been accused by multiple women of sexually assaulting them and harassing them and using that whole and creating a whole toxic atmosphere down there in the DA's office? None of those people should be involved in a murder case. In fact, those people should be the ones being investigated. There's no way in the world that you had all of this level of alleged corruption going on down there in Collin County and there was no criminal investigation. That's disgusting. And I'm showing you paperwork. I'm not coming on YouTube just running my mouth, man. I'm showing you paperwork, bro. Right? Right? So he was found guilty on charge 1, partially guilty on charge 2, and not guilty on charge 3. I got the paperwork right here, Playboy. So you can say whatever you want to say. Right? I got it right here. I'm not lying to you. The commission contends that charges 1 and 2, that Judge Roach's activities in connection with the book, the referral service, and the website violated Canons 2B and 4D1 of the Texas Code of Judicial Conduct, sucker. Now, let me say this to you right here, right? I didn't say let the kid go, sir. See, you're lying on me, sir. I never said, yo, let Karmelo go. I said give him a fair trial. That's what I said. I said give him a fair trial that's not around a judge who have been sanctioned. Give him a fair trial not around a DA who been accused and got as many accusers as damn near, I don't even want to say that. You know how many accusers these guys got on them? How in the blue hell do they even still have a job? How do they still have a job after all the accusers the assistant DA and the DA have against them? In Collin County. That's insane. And they paid those women settlement and they still kept their jobs. And I'm showing you not only this, not only are they still down there controlling that whole atmosphere with no police investigation. I'm going to show you something else. I'm going to show you something else. It's been going on before them. It's been going on before them. How do I know? Because I can prove it. The daddy was accused of corruption. That's right. The judge over Karmelo's case, Judge John Roach Jr., his father, in June 30th, 2010, you can go look up this article right here. His father was accused of harassing a district judge. Stop it, bro. This is all in Collin County. This been going, I'm showing you this shit we in 2026. This article was in 2010. I'm showing you for decades of allegations down there in Collin County. No investigation. No police running, no federal investigation running down there checking out all this shit that's going on down there. But y'all want to talk about fair and all that. No, it wasn't fair, sir. Period. And let me say this to you again. It wasn't fair. Everybody in America deserves a fair trial. Period. Everybody does. Right? These are all facts. These are all facts. So when you come in here and you get mad and you screw up your face and do all that stuff, it don't mean nothing to me because I already know I'm standing on business. I already know I'm standing on business. And I have so much evidence to back up what I'm saying. So much evidence, man. So when you say that, right? I'm going to show you this. I'm going to show you this. Right? The daddy. The daddy. That's right. The daddy. Judge John Roach's daddy. He was a judge. And he was also the former Collin County district attorney. Their father, John Roach's daddy. I got the paperwork right. I got the information right. I'm finna show you the paperwork. Read what I wrote on your screen. Read what's highlighted on your screen. While the daddy was never indicted. Think about this. All of these dudes got all these allegations, y'all. No indictment. No police arrest. No police investigation. No federal investigation. None of that shit. They all always skated under the law. There was never any police investigations for all of this. Listen to what I'm about to tell y'all about the daddy. So the judge's daddy, while he was never indicted or personally convicted of taking bribes or financial self-dealing, his tenure as the elected Collin County District Attorney from 2002 to 2010 was heavily defined by allegations that he abused the power of his office to target and destroy his political enemies. The primary corruption-related allegations and controversies involving John Roach Sr. include, sir, because I tell you, I don't come with some of the smoke. I come with all the smoke, all of it. The corruption frame-up of Judge Susan Wooten. The most severe and thoroughly documented allegation against Roach Sr. is that he masterminded a fabricated corruption case against a sitting judge. Say it again. Say it again. Say it again. Put on your screen. This the day. Highlight it. Highlight it. Highlight it. You want to sit up here? And I'm telling you, I told you down there in Collin County, I can show you decades. Now, this proves why that boy should have never had no trial down there in that jurisdiction. Because they haven't even had themselves investigated. Now, watch what I'm about to show y'all, because I'm finna to show y'all proof. I'm not telling you, I'm finna show you proof. The most severe and thoroughly documented allegation against Roach Sr., that's the daddy of Karmelo Anthony's judge, who was the DA down there in Collin County, is that he masterminded a fabricated corruption case against a sitting judge. That's diabolical work. The allegation, after Suzanne Wooden became the first person in Collin County history to defeat an entrenched sitting incumbent judge, John Roach Sr., that's John Roach Jr.'s daddy, allegedly launched a retaliatory investigation. Right? Abuse of power. Abuse of power. Wooten's subsequent federal civil rights lawsuit accused the daddy, John Roach Sr., of severe prosecutorial corruption, stating that he weaponized 6 consecutive grand juries to fish for information. Oh, your racist coming out of you now, bro. Black supremacists. Okay, you getting blocked. I tried to let you rock, dog. I wasn't going to block you, bro. But come on, bro. I didn't call you no name out your name, brother. Y'all see how they do? When you start cooking them with facts, they get mad at me, bro. How you going to get mad at me, bro? Everybody in the chat. Chat. I just want y'all to ask me a question, chat. How he going to get mad at me? How you going to get mad at me, y'all? That's effed up, man. I got this shit on paperwork, bro. Bro, how you gonna get mad at me and I got this on paperwork, dog? That's effed up, man. That's effed up, dog. I got the paperwork right there, man. That's effed up, bro. Read the paperwork, man. I wouldn't even get to this part yet, bro. I ain't even get to this part yet, bro. United States Court of Appeals, Wooden versus Roach. That's the daddy of the judge that just put up, that's down there in Collin County. Susan H. Wooden, plaintiff appellee versus John Roach Sr. Come on, man. They don't come tell me, nigga. I'm the king of the paperwork. Once the queen put out the information, she definitely put me on go. She got me on go once she put out that information. So stop this stuff, man. And if you really want to get technical and you really want to get surgical, man, look what they made me do, y'all. Look what they made me do. They made me go get the paperwork, the paperwork, the paperwork, the paperwork. You see that right there on your screen, man? This is why you don't mess with me, boy. You know that I will. Suzanne Wooden versus John Roach Sr. I got the real paperwork, dog. I was just waiting for you to say I didn't, because I was going to put it on the screen for you, Playboy. I was just waiting for you to say I didn't, or I was making it up. So I really put it to you. And guess what? If you think the paperwork's a lot, go look it up yourself. It's all in the dockets. The case number's at the very top of the screen right here. Y'all see the case number up there? Y'all go look this up yourself. Don't get mad at me. Look it up yourself. Right there. That's the case number right there. File number, all that. Document, file, the filing date, all that. It's right there. Top of your screen. I ain't got no reason to lie. See, I was just waiting on you to say I was lying, I was capping. That's all I was waiting, dog. I had no reason to lie to you, bro. So when you said that, I was already ready for you to say that. Right? So the abuse of power, like we was talking about, Judge Wooden's subsequent federal civil rights lawsuit. This is a white woman that filed a civil rights lawsuit against them people, not black. Accused the judge's daddy, who was the former DA down there in Collin County, right? And a judge as well, of severe prosecutorial corruption, stating that he weaponized 6 consecutive grand juries to fish for information, falsify evidence, and press contrived bribery charges against her. And y'all smash it like we got all these people in here. We ain't got over 1,500 likes. Come on, man. I'm bringing y'all. I'm coming out with all the information, man. This ain't even funny. I'm showing y'all. This is the daddy now of the judge. I'm showing you this, right? Now look at this, y'all. Here was the fallout, right? The fallout was that the judge, Miss Wooden, she was wrongfully convicted in 2011, y'all, and forced off the bench because she was wrongfully convicted because of this shit. However, she was fully exonerated in year 2017. She had to wait 6 years, y'all. And they sit up here telling me Karmelo Anthony deserved a new trial, and y'all did crazy as hell. It took her 6 years to get exonerated. Imagine being convicted in 2011 and then being set up by this man's daddy, by the judge's daddy, and having to wait 6 years to fully get exonerated. Think about this. She was fully exonerated, y'all, in 2017 when the courts ruled her completely innocent of all charges. Her federal lawsuit naming the daddy, Roach Sr., John Roach Sr., resulted in a massive insurance settlement in 2022 to resolve the claims of malicious, politically motivated prosecution. And they're coming here telling me? What? Well, you know I was going to get to it. You know I was going to get to it, dog. Read this. And they going to tell me? Nigga, I'm the KING, period, when it comes to this, boy. General weaponization of the courthouse, y'all. I outlined this for y'all. Legal analysts, investigative journalists, and courthouse employees. Let me repeat that again. So this ain't no Tom, Dick, or Harry. Legal analysts, investigative journalists, and courthouse employees frequently accuse the judge's daddy, Roach Sr., of running an office characterized by a lack of institutional integrity. And they gonna tell me I'm capping? I wish you would, boy. I wish you would, boy. They're right there on the screen, boy. They're right there on the screen, boy. We got the articles too, boy. They're right there on the screen, boy. They're right on the screen, dog. You ain't play with me. Now read this right here. Targeting rivals. So they're accusing the judge's daddy of being a bully, who was the former Collin County DA down there, and a judge. Come on, man. And y'all don't think this shit. Targeting rivals. Opponents alleged that the daddy, Roach Sr., look at this, y'all. I'm outlining it for y'all right here. Hold on. Target rivals, opponents, alleged that Roach Sr., the daddy, used the threat of criminal indictments and grand jury investigators as tools to intimidate anyone who challenged the established political network in Collin County. Come on, man. The whole world like Ticket. Where the F you been? I'm on vacation. Riding in the Maybach, man. I ain't gonna tell y'all, hey, no, man, he got a fair trial, man. It was cut and shake. Man, y'all people crazy as hell, boy. Boy, you better stop playing with me, boy. I'm cut from a whole different cloth. And y'all need to send it to that boy parents. Y'all need to send it to that boy parents. That's why I told y'all, when you got a good lawyer gonna do all this work. We doing all this work for free. Somebody send a donation, that's it. We doing all this work for free. A good lawyer gonna dig in deep and find a good lawyer would found all this shit. He'd have presented and said, hey, look, man, with everything we have combined, this should be more than enough to get us in a different venue. Straight up. Talking about, oh, y'all do anything that get held accountable. No, they didn't get held accountable. They didn't get held accountable. They didn't even have a criminal investigation. Let me say something to you. And this is the reason why. When people say stuff like this, right? I want y'all to see something. What that boy said, right? When people say stuff like that boy said in the comments just now, right? Here's the funny part, right? Y'all know me over here. I cook everybody. They get mad at me. If I cook somebody black, they get mad at me, bro. I don't have no picks and choosers around here. But it's funny to me, as soon as I cook somebody white, they got a problem. If I cook somebody black and tell the truth, I can come here and do a video about Diddy. They all gonna be in here. Yeah, Ticket Man, keep keeping it real, bro. I come in here and we exposing all this stuff that's surrounding the Collin County for years, all these allegations. And they got a problem with this? Shit. Man, y'all lost y'all damn mind. And all we got is 500 likes. And I'm in here showing y'all all this work right here. It's not even funny, bro. It's disgusting, man. It's disgusting, bro. And these are the people they say supposed to give you a fair trial that got all these type of allegations on their helmet. Bro, all these allegations, they all should be investigated. But guess what I noticed about every single one of these? They were never criminally investigated. None of them. You got 6 women that came out and accused these dudes of putting their hands up their skirt, pressing on their breasts and their chest, all this shit. No criminal investigation. Cassie come out and put out a lawsuit against Diddy. They got the whole goddamn task force kicking this man door down. Come on, bro. I'm going to tell the truth, man. I ain't seen this many white people pop out when George Zimmerman did what he did to Trayvon Martin, who was unarmed, minding his own business. Come on now, stop playing with me. I ain't seen this many white people pop out and stand on business when that police officer did what he did to George Floyd. Stop playing with me, man. So when I get on here and the stove get on 500, I'm cooking. Shoe fly, don't bother me. Opponents allege that the daddy or the judge that just helped preside over Karmelo Anthony's being thrown in prison, Judge Roach Sr., the daddy, who was the former Collin County DA and a judge down there, he was accused of using criminal indictments and grand jury investigations as tools to intimidate anyone who challenged the established political network in Collin County. That's right there is enough to tell me I needed a new lawyer. Ain't no way. Why? Because that lawyer got to work down there. Why is that lawyer going to do the best for me and he got to stay working down there? He know those people. The lawyer for Karmelo Anthony know these people. He got to live down there. You think he going to try and expose all their corruption? Hell no. You got to go get an outside dude that don't got no ties to them Bamas. Because what an outside dude going to do, he going to go down there and tear shit up. He going to expose all that shit. Because he ain't got no ties down there. That Karmelo Anthony, lawyer, he lived down there. So he white. He got to deal with that. He got to deal with that. He got to worry about the threats he going to receive if he really stand on business. Come on, man. Y'all don't peep this? Y'all not seeing what I'm saying to y'all? I'm saying the boy didn't get a fair trial. That's facts. I'm also saying it was wrong that Austin was unalived. I don't believe in that, man, because that is a kid, bro. But you going to respect my mind. You going to respect my mind, or I'm going to keep dropping this paperwork on your helmet. Straight up. Look at the next one, y'all. Look at the next one. Police list investigations. Didn't I tell y'all this? Critics pointed out that his office frequently bypassed independent police departments to run its own insular, highly biased investigations, ensuring that political charges would be and could be investigated without standard law enforcement oversight. Come on, man. Come on, man. I'm showing y'all this. I'm showing you in real time. Somebody send it to that boy parents. You got to send it to that boy parents, man. They got to see all of this, bro. We pulling back the curtain on all of this. It ain't no more games, dog. It ain't no more games. None at all. We ain't playing no more. We coming for it all. And it's straight like that. Let's read it. So when they falsely did her wrong, a white woman, not a black woman, a white woman, she accused all these women down there that accuse these dudes of wrongdoing. They white. Y'all ain't got no love for y'all white sisters down there. I don't discriminate against none of the ladies, white or black. So look at a white lady crying. They did her super dirty down there. But y'all don't care about that, do you? So the insurance company, y'all, agreed to pay $600,000 to settle the lawsuit that was filed by the former Collin County judge wrongfully convicted of bribery. Y'all see this? She filed a lawsuit alleging that she was a victim of a political persecution in 2018. And she filed the lawsuit 1 year after she was exonerated. She had to wait 6 years to get exonerated. The judge in this case, Judge Roach, he should have, this is a public case. He should have let the videos and let the people live stream and let everybody see the video. That way he wouldn't have had no controversy. But when you do it the way he do it, it seemed like you got something to hide. Seemed like you got something to hide. See, I'm showing y'all all this. Here we go right here. This the daddy, y'all. So Collin County's insurance company has agreed to pay. How much money have they paid in settlements down there, y'all? But it's been no police investigations. All this alleged criminal activity and no police investigations. Peep game. The Collin County Insurance Company has agreed to pay $600,000 to settle a lawsuit filed by former Collin County District Judge who was wrongfully convicted of bribery. An attorney representing former Collin County Judge Susan Wooten confirmed the settlement to WFAA Thursday afternoon. He said he planned to put out a statement later today. Wooten filed a lawsuit alleging she was a victim of political persecution in 2018. She filed the lawsuit 1 year after she was exonerated. As a result of the conviction, Wooten was forced to step down from the bench. Her license was suspended and her reputation and career were destroyed because of these people. Were destroyed because of these people. That white woman had to wait 6 years to clean her name. 6 years. They say they love white people. Why they don't stand up for this white woman? And all them other white women that had allegations, why ain't all the white people gather around them too? Put your arms around all these people. They said there's been corruption down there. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Play with me. The lawsuit will expose the truth that both the Collin County District Attorney and Attorney General, using their hand-picked assistants, misused their authority for a political and personal vendetta against the female Judge Wooten, her attorney, Scott Palmer, said in 2018. This abuse of power caused a manifest miscarriage of justice that demands their actions be exposed and fully addressed so this can never happen again. Do y'all not see this? Do y'all not? This is down there in Collin County. Hit the light, but y'all niggas playing with me. Nigga, y'all need to be sharing this stuff, man. Get this to that boy parents. Wooten's troubles, this is the female judge, begin shortly after she defeated an incumbent district judge. She was the first person to defeat a sitting district judge in Collin County. Her victory shocked the political establishment, and the win did not go over well with the courthouse powers that be, including the district attorney, the daddy of the judge that just presided over Karmelo Anthony, the daddy now, John Roach Sr. You can't make this up, man. You can't make this up. The female, the lady doctor that came on and exposed that paperwork, all she had to do was throw me the alley-oop. I'm 6'9". I'm reverse dunking that shit. All she had to do was throw a couple cats to alley-oop. I seen Willie over there cooking on shit the other day. Salute to him. All she had to do was throw the alley-oop. We're going to handle the rest. Roach was well known at the courthouse for investigating his perceived political opponents. So if you went against him, they say, hey, man, we're going to investigate you. That's what they say he do. Do y'all not see this? Do y'all not see this? The lawsuit alleges that one day after her primary win, the incumbent went to Roach and told him that he felt there was no way she could have won without cheating. Roach's office soon launched an investigation and began grand jury hearings. The investigation was later taken over by the Attorney General's office. Boy, that is sad. That is sad, y'all. 5 grand juries would hear evidence in the case. 5 grand juries, y'all. I want you to think, they took that shit to 5 grand juries. This is wild work. Until the 6th grand jury indicted her campaign manager, a man named Dave Carey, and they indicted that man's wife. Prosecutors claimed that the Careys had funneled $150,000 to Wooden's campaign consultant in exchange for favorable rulings in a contentious child custody case. I'm gonna bust it all over. I'm finna show it all. There were records showing she paid her campaign consultant for the work done on her campaign. There were no records indicating any money from the Careys ever went to her. Ms. Wooden said in a prior interview that she did not know the Careys and had never even met the couple. Ms. Wooden made no rulings in the case. She recused herself from the case within months of taking the bench. Mrs. Wooden later told WFAA she was stunned the day in 2011 when the jury convicted her of 9 felony counts. That boy, y'all telling me ain't no corruption? She said down there in Collin County, read what I lined out for y'all. Wooden later told the WFAA she was stunned in the day of 2011 when the jury convicted her of 9 felony counts. The jury, y'all, they did that to a white woman. What you think they was going to do to this black boy? They did that in Collin County to a white woman. Come on now. Ain't sit up here and tell me. Nah, man, please tell me. Come on. I just stood there. I cannot believe this is happening, Wooden said in a 2018 interview. I was convicted of making favorable rulings, and everyone stipulated that I have never made favorable rulings, right? Because I didn't preside on that case. After the grand jury came back with a guilty verdict, prosecutors gave her 10 minutes on whether to take 10 years of listen, this sound the same. I swear to God, I swear for the heavenly God. Forgive me, man. Lord, forgive me, man. I promise, man. I want everybody to think about something real quick. How fast did it take them in Collin County to find him guilty, sentence him, and ship him off to prison? That shit happened in 24 hours, right? They found the man guilty. Let me tell y'all this. His defense went the same day. The same day his defense went, 5 hours defense went, lunch, jury ruling, guilty, jury deliberation, going to prison. They did all that shit in less than 24 hours. Think about that. Now read this on your screen. What she said happened to her. She said after the jury came back with a guilty verdict, the prosecutors gave her 10 minutes. They gave her 10 minutes, y'all. And they said either you're going to take 10 years probation and you don't got no right to appeal. Boy, this is some dirty shit. Look what I'm showing y'all. I'm literally showing this to y'all. If you can't get down with this, I got 2 words for you. This is crazy, bro. After the jury came back with the guilty verdict, prosecutors gave her 10 minutes on whether to decide to take 10 years probation and forego her right to an appeal. That means if you take this 10 years probation, you can't never appeal this shit. Or, right, let the jury decide her punishment. And she was facing 20 years in prison. Let that sink in. Let that sink in. Look how fast they tried to. You got 10 minutes. What? What? That sound right to y'all? Bro, let me tell you something. They had a murder trial down there in Memphis, and it took them days to go through all this shit after the verdict was found. Days. In Collin County, they doing this shit in 10 minutes. Yo, you got 10 minutes. What? Think about that, y'all. She says, if I didn't have my husband and my children, listen to what she said. If I didn't have my husband and my children, I'd have to say, yeah, bring it. I go sit in prison. I'll be fine, she said in 2018, but my family would not be. In 2017, the Court of Criminal Appeals paved the way for her exoneration when they threw out the Carey's convictions. Her attorney soon filed a writ of innocence with the appeals court. So she took the deal where she couldn't appeal, but they threw her a bone. Somebody saw that she was telling the truth and intervened. She would have never been able to appeal that shit if somebody else didn't come and throw her a bone out of nowhere and seen that bull jab that was going on. She has since got her law license back and is now in private practice. Miss Wooden, I would love to have an interview with you. If you are alive and you hear this video, hit me up. I want to have an interview with you. I want to have an interview with you, man. I want to have an interview with you. And I already know the questions I'm going to ask you. She filed to run for district judge spot in 2020, and she dropped out after the Collin County Republican Party refused to put her name in the primary ballot, claiming she was ineligible because of her initial conviction, even though she was later exonerated. That's dirty as hell. Y'all, hey, I exposed this to the world, Craig. And they telling y'all that boy got a fair trial. I exposed this to the world, Craig. Show me love, man. I poke my chest out and show y'all this. The lady threw the alley-oop and the rest was gone. Right? I'm telling y'all what it is. Y'all see it all right here in black and white. It ain't nothing else to talk about. It's all right here. She done, son. She done, son. Right? Now let's get to the paperwork. Y'all know I got the paperwork. Remember I told y'all I had this paperwork? I wasn't even going to show y'all this till now. That boy started running his mouth. That boy started, and we only got 775 likes. Y'all some haters, bro. Half of these people in here is racist anyway. They just mad because I'm talking about this. Right? Now listen to this right here, y'all. This the paperwork right here. Y'all see the paperwork on the screen? We got a paperwork party, man. Y'all got a paperwork party right here. I'm telling y'all this, man. Y'all send this to that boy parent. I don't got their contact. If I had their contact, I had their parents on here right damn now. If I had the contact, because they need to see all of this. Look at this, y'all. Susan Wooden versus John Roach Sr. That's the daddy of the judge, right down there in Collin County. Y'all know I got the paperwork. The paperwork party in full effect. Now check this out, y'all. Right? Listen to this. Defendants John Roach Sr., Christopher Milner of Collin County, Texas, Gregory Abbott, and Henry White conspired to wrongfully obtain an indictment and prosecute plaintiff by inventing and perverting law, misleading judges and juries, and taking apart plaintiff's life and career piece, one piece at a time. Right down there in Collin County. Anytime y'all talking about they supposed to get a fair trial, stop this, man, before we expose all this, before we really get the people investigating y'all. Because that was going to happen. Now, everybody need to push this shit, man. Y'all send this shit to the Breakfast Club. Send this shit to all the big dogs, man. All the newspapers, the TMZ, everybody. Send this shit to them, bro. It need to be some questions asked. I'm going to tell y'all something. I got a video coming on my other channel today. They was calling TMZ racist. All the white people turned on TMZ today, y'all. I'm about to tell y'all something. I wasn't even going to tell y'all this on this video. I was saving this for a whole different video, y'all. I was saving this for a whole different video. But guess what? I'm going to give you the preview before and the rest after this show. Now watch this right here. I'm finna show y'all this on the screen right now. I was going to wait to show y'all this. I was going to wait, but I'll let y'all go see it for yourselves after we finish this video. They ran down on TMZ because TMZ did it when Austin Daddy went and did that racist rant last night. TMZ called his ass out. I saw it. TMZ called his ass out. All the white folks went over to TMZ and said they ain't fucking with him no more. I was right. I was all up in the comments when they did it. When TMZ called the daddy out for being a stone cold racist, I watched that shit today. Y'all know I don't miss nothing. I see everything. The white folks was in there was like, oh, we ain't fucking with you no more, man. Bro, the daddy went on a stone cold racist rant. TMZ called this shit out. And the white folks was mad that TMZ called out the daddy's racist rant. I said, man, boy, this is diabolical. I ain't never seen nothing like this before in my life. In my whole life. But we're going to talk about that on my other channel after this is over with. I try to tell y'all this, right? Now, let's get to this, right? Let's get to this. So, she said, look at all this. Look at all this. She said that they knew full well the law did not prescribe any of the alleged conduct in an attempt to ensure that the plaintiff was convicted despite her innocence and knowing she committed no criminal act. The defendants intentionally misrepresented the law and facts and secured a wrongful conviction of the plaintiff. And they're going to tell y'all that dead boy was supposed to get a fair trial. Now, what have we successfully done, y'all? We have successfully shown y'all that the judge over his case, the judge over the case, he had been sanctioned before. We showed y'all that, right? So he has question marks in his past. We've showed y'all, and he got a light punishment for that. We showed y'all that his daddy have had all kind of complaints down there in Collin County from this woman. And abuse of power and all this other stuff and using the legal system. So we got that right there too. The daddy too. John Roach Sr. He was a former DA down there in Collin County for 8-9 years. Right? So he's a former DA and he was a judge. So these people are judges, y'all. These people are judges and DAs. What else did we show y'all? We went on from what the Queen said and she put out there about these two weasels and the allegations against them of sexual assault. When the women are saying that they in there reaching up people's skirts, fondling women, pressing their breast up against their chest, calling the women whores, sluts, all kind of stuff. This all in the paperwork. This all in the paperwork. What happened, y'all? They end up having to pay out a $1.7 million settlement. And guess what? It was no criminal investigation. None. And none of these cases was any criminal investigation. And those are the prosecutors who just threw Karmelo Anthony in prison. Then you got this stone cold racist over here, right? You got this stone cold racist right here outside the courthouse threatening jurors. This stone cold racist right here, Jake Lane. I'm covering it from all aspects. We don't cover it from every aspect you can have. So he's outside the courthouse during the trial, causing confusion, threatening the jury, saying that if the jury don't find him guilty, they're going to handle themselves. Saying that the boy should be unalive. Then we showed y'all the weak-ass lawyer he got. And the fact that the lawyer failed to even ask for a jurisdiction move, even after the father and the mother had to move from their homes because their lives were threatened and people doxed their address and they came to their homes. Which those are instant grounds to file for a change of venue. The lawyer never asked for a change of venue. I wonder why. And the daddy said the lawyer told him, shut up, don't say nothing. Shut up, don't say nothing. 5 minutes defense. 5 hours defense, excuse me. And that's it. Right? We don't show y'all every single angle of this, bro. So think about this. The judge, the history of the judge's daddy, his history in Collin County, the district attorney and the assistant district attorney was accused of sexually assaulting women and sexually harassing women, quid pro quo, corruption and all kind of shit down there in Collin County, right? That's what they was accused of. All types of corruption down there in Collin County, right? Just nasty shit. You can go read it. Check out my other video. I showed you all the complaints the woman was saying. You had multiple women, like 5, 6 women, right? So the DA and then you got this weasel outside the courthouse in a bulletproof vest trying to incite violence with black folks, intimidating the jury. He gonna go say this. He gonna go say this. Right. So that lets you know the parents, and to Karmelo's parents, if y'all hear this, right? Y'all press 1 if y'all can hear me in the comments. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me in the comments? Press 1 if y'all can hear me in the comments. Y'all tell Karmelo's parents, send this to his parents. His parents need to screenshot and grab those messages. This man admitted that he told the jury, right, during the trial, that he told the jury that if the jury did not find this man guilty, he was going to take matters to his own hands. If that ain't jury tampering, I don't know what is. Like I said before, it's all right here in black and white. And guess what? It ain't no bullshit. It's a real charge because he got $1 million bond. He got $1 million bond. He facing up to a decade in prison just because he did that. I got his paperwork right here. I got his paperwork right here. So the family, they need to know all of these things. Y'all need to send this to that man's family, bro. They need to package up all of this, along with the fact that that dusty-ass lawyer didn't even ask. This is the question I'm going to leave everybody with today. Out of everything I told y'all so far, why didn't the lawyer, as soon as they went to that man's house and threatened his life and his kid's life, and they got their address, why didn't the lawyer immediately demand a change of venue? We ain't got nothing else to ask for. Why didn't the lawyer immediately ask for a change of venue? That's it. That's all we want to know. Why didn't he get a change of venue? That immediately should have happened. No question. I got it right here. I got it right here. I got it right here. No. Karmelo Anthony's defense lawyer, Mike Howard, did not file a motion for change of venue before the trial began. They had more than enough grounds to file for a change of venue. When somebody comes to your house, threatens your life, and docks your whole family, and threatens to kill your family, once they dox your family, anybody can come to your house and kill you. They literally had to move. That is right there is legal grounds enough for a change of venue. You can ask any lawyer worth their salt. For the least bit, the lawyer's supposed to ask for a change of venue. The fact he didn't do that already showed you that he didn't do his job. He didn't even file for a change of venue. Think about this. They did not try. To the person who said they tried, they did not try. It's in the records. They did not try. The judge did not try. It's a lie. I have it right here. And they were criticized after the case for not trying. No. Karmelo Anthony's defense attorney, Mike Howard, did not file a motion for change of venue before his trial began. The high-profile murder took place in Collin County, Texas, where a jury convicted him and sentenced him to 35 years in prison. The decision not to seek a change of venue has become a major point of criticism in public debate. Following the verdict, several key details regarding this issue have emerged. The hell is you talking about? Get your facts straight before you come in here playing with me. And somebody say contact the family. I don't have their contact. If I had their contact, I'd be on the phone with them. If I had the contact, I'd already been on the phone with them. I'd pass them all this information. That's why I say if anybody know them, anybody listening close to them, y'all got to send them this information, man. All this information should have been, they showed up to your house and doxed your address. You supposed to say, hey, look, we need an immediate change of venue. Our life is not safe here. We're not going to get a fair trial here. People are showing up to our house, and the daddy said he got proof. And the fact that they had to move shows you to a secure neighborhood. It shows you they wasn't lying. Right? Think about what I just said to y'all. So this has to be displayed, right? Now think about this, the public backlash over the jury and the venue. Everybody's talking about this. Because a change of venue was never requested. The jury wasn't selected entirely from the local Collin County pool. I told y'all, man, y'all niggas gonna tell me. Look at this, y'all. Because a change of venue was never requested, the jury was selected entirely from the local Collin County pool. This resulted in an all-white jury speaking heavily community criticism that the trial lacked a jury of Anthony's peers. Period. What else we talking about? What else we talking about? What else we talking about? Huh? Now, here's why I told y'all this. Other legal minds agree with me. I'm not just out here talking about myself. Read the next line I outlined. Legal critique. Legal observers and independent attorneys, attorneys that wasn't even a part of this case, reviewing the case, publicly argued that Karmelo Anthony's defense team should have requested a change of venue immediately due to intense local media saturation and highly emotional environment surrounding the stabbing. And when I heard that the jurors was crying in the courthouse, I already knew they was going to find them guilty. Did I tell y'all this? Did I tell y'all this? And y'all ain't, like I said before, I said this on my channel live during the trial. When we read that update, I said, oh shit. Didn't I tell y'all this? Even legal minds agree with me. Lawyers agree with me. Independent lawyers agree with me. You're supposed to immediately, the day they move from that house, the judge was supposed to demand a change of venue. The fact that the lawyer didn't do that, he has a whole new grounds for a case that the lawyer did not do his job correctly. Period. There ain't nothing else to talk about. There ain't nothing else to talk about. And so when I tell y'all this, and listen, anybody who has any question, all you do is go look in the court filings. Everything I'm telling y'all is facts. They never asked for a change of venue. The lawyer never filed for that. You know why? I'm going to tell y'all why I think he didn't do it. Career suicide. Career suicide. I think Mike, and I'm going to say this to y'all. I don't know Mike Howard. I never heard anything bad about him as a person. He's a white guy. Never heard anything bad about him as a person. Maybe he was afraid. Maybe Mike was afraid. Mike had to live down there, bro. All those people who testified, they had to live down there. If anybody down there would have stood with Carmelo Anthony 10 toes, they would have been targets too. If Mike would have asked for a change of venue, they would have looked at him like he was a traitor. Mike asking for a change of venue, it would have destroyed him. See, I think in a different way than a lot of people. I'm not going to come in here and say, hey, man, Mike's a bad dude. I'm saying he did a bad job because when you're a lawyer, you got to stand on business, man. Mike has had his whole career down there. So when you working that, you get clients down there. Mike probably thought, man, they're going to destroy me, man. Like if I ask for a change of venue and then he goes to a change of venue and they find him innocent, I'll never have a job in this town ever again. And he'll probably would have to move his entire family, his entire life, because of what he would have to deal with. Probably not only down there, but all around the United States of America. Peep what I said. He was, now that I think about it, y'all, he was in a horrible situation, man. Because he got to live down there, bro. That's why when the daddy, I shed a tear when the daddy said all the people start turning their back on them on the stand. Because I already knew what it was. I said, damn, dog. Them people got to live down there. They all got to live there. It ain't like a lot of people got money where you can just get up and go and move and do whatever you want to do. All them people who's testifying that was at the school stuff, they got to live down there and work down there. Their parents got to be down there. Ain't nobody got time for people showing up to your house talking about they're going to take you out because you voted it or you testified for him. Come on, man. That's why they should have got an outside lawyer. And I beg any of y'all celebrities, man. Any of y'all celebrities, bro. Please, man. Do not start a GoFundMe. Please hit that family up directly and help get them proper representation outside of Texas, man. And this ain't no disrespect to no lawyer in Texas, but you cannot have an in-state lawyer with that type of situation, because in-state lawyers, I'm telling y'all this, man. You got a case like that, bro. If your money ain't stupid long, you need an outside lawyer that isn't loyal or committed to any of those local cats, and that will come in there and bust that whole system up. He would have had to go pro hoc vice for one time only and go down there and tear shit up down there in Texas, man. Because what they did to this boy, man, and I'm telling y'all, it's right there it's right there in real life, y'all. In real life. And I showed y'all the numerous examples. Just go ask all them people, man. Go ask all those women who said they dealt with corruption of these people, who dealt with the wrath of these people. Go ask all of them. Go ask all the women who said that they straight up threatened their lives, right? All of that stuff. Go ask them. Ask all those women and see what you get. See what you get. It's true, man. And it's extremely sad that the world we live in, that this is the type of stuff that's going on. People don't want to keep that shit real and tell the truth, man. And that's sad to me, bro. That's sad to me, man. They even wrote letters. They even wrote, excuse my language, effing letters, man. Them people was crying down there, bro. White women were crying because they were being treated like shit. White women were crying. I got the letter right here. Y'all know I got it. I got the letter right here. They wrote letters about this shit, y'all. Look at this. The letter is addressed to the Collin County District Attorney Greg Willis, and it states, look at this, y'all. I got the letters they wrote, and they ignored all this shit. Adders have left Collin County due to bullying, intimidation, and harassment by your first assistant, Bill Worski. I understand that you personally do not routinely conduct exit interviews, and you personally do not speak with those leaving the office without Bill present. This is crazy, bro. Look at this, man. A misdemeanor meeting was held, and everyone was told to put their cell phones in a basket. And then they were screamed and yelled at, and then told not to tell anyone about the meeting. Really? Adult professionals are being intimidated and reprimanded like this in your office? Consider that Bill is over 6 feet tall and that he's physically intimidating. Intimidation of an employee is hostile. Come on, bro. They was writing letters and nobody cared. Telling y'all about this shit. Telling y'all about all this. Look at it. I got it right here for the whole world to see. Very sad, man. Very sad. Very sad. Very sad, bro. It was commonplace for the assistant district attorney who just put Karmelo Anthony in prison to address groups of prosecutors, including Mrs. LaFleur, as mother FUCKERSs in division meetings. Now imagine you going to work, ladies and gentlemen, and your boss calling you a mother effer in a meeting. How would you feel? He referred to and addressed female prosecutors by the words. So imagine if you a lady down there working and he called you gossips, bitches, whores, and sluts. This is what they said the DA was telling them down there. He said that the female misdemeanor prosecutors were causing the office to rot from the bottom because they were bitches. At one training session on trial tactics and effective opening statements, Mr. Worski said, it's not like a FUCKING. It's not like FUCKING in a woman. There's no need for foreplay. At another trial strategy training, he said the best victims are dead ones. This the assistant district attorney who just locked up Karmelo Anthony. That accuses him, and there was no police investigation. And they telling y'all that boy got a fair trial. Send this to that boy parents. Send it to his parents. And I'll send him the paper. He said, and it's like bad sex. They want to come in and blow their wad. Listen to this. He said the best victims are dead ones because in those instances, the prosecutor does not have to listen to their counsel, counsel them, or manage their expectations. Mrs. LaFleur, Keith Hensley, and Mrs. Lee were also present in a training where D.A. Worski told the female prosecutors, he told the ladies to get wet and stay wet. Come on, bro. These the people who said we decide whether or not Karmelo Anthony's free or not. Come on, bro. Y'all, like I said before, man, and y'all gonna come here, and this is against white folks. And white folks, they don't care nothing about this. They just care if that black man gets locked up. They don't care if he get a fair trial or not. And there was no police, and none of these cases I read to y'all, none of them, there was no police investigation. Now, and none of the stuff I told y'all, they always avoided police investigation. Now somebody need to find out why. And guess what? They probably never thought that Collin County would be on this level and magnifying glasses would be on them from around the whole entire United States. They never thought this. But you F with the wrong people. So now everybody's looking at y'all shit now. Everybody's going to talk about this. People going to chop this up, put this on TikTok, put it on X. Everybody's going to talk about this. Y'all in trouble now, man. They're going to blow y'all shit up, bro. All y'all little bullshit down there, they're going to have the police go down there and investigate all y'all. That little party y'all got going on down there, they finna get all that. They finna send the police down there and they finna investigate all y'all asses on an independent investigation. And I'm telling y'all this. Because now y'all don't did this. Yeah. And guess what? It ain't just they've been doing this. White people been saying they've been doing this to them. Think about what I said to y'all. White people been telling y'all that. Come on, man. What we doing? What we doing? Yo, shout out to April Robinson with the donation. Carl Ray with the Cash App donation. Salute to you. I appreciate you, dog. Salute to y'all who sent donations, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think, man. It's up, bro. It's up, y'all. It's up. It's up, man. It's up, you guys. This what they wanted? This what they wanted? They asked for it. Bothering people. All these allegations they got against them down there. And you can say, oh, well, Ticket, it was just a... Guess what? They paid them $1.75 million. I got the article right there. They paid them ladies $1.75 million, y'all. Y'all know I got that work. You know I got the work. You know I got the work. They go to work right there. They go to work right there. You know I got the work. They go to work right there. They go to work. Right? Just so y'all know who these people are. Top Collin County officials and 6 former current employees finalized a settlement Monday for $1.75 million over an alleged sexual harassment and retaliation in the district attorney's office, according to attorneys. The federal lawsuit accused district attorney Greg Willis, the same dude who just put Karmelo Anthony in prison, of repeatedly making unwanted or untoward comments and inappropriately touching and propositioning employees. The suit accused him, his first assistant, right? Assistant District Attorney Bill Worski, the other dude I showed y'all who helped locked up Karmelo, of targeting women and fostering a toxic workplace. Come on, man. But they're going to tell y'all these are people that's supposed to oversee this dude and push for this dude to get convictions. Man, get out of here, bro. And it was no. So y'all need to push for a police investigation down there too. Y'all share this. Anybody who's family with them people, y'all close to them people, friends with them people, y'all share this video to them, man. Y'all share this video to them. You know what I'm saying? That way they can see this and, you know what I'm saying, put all this to new representation, file the paperwork inside the appeal for all of this. The biggest part is that they did not get a different venue. And they can prove all of this because this boy right here, he gave my alley-oop. Hold on, y'all. This boy right here, he gave him an alley-oop. Jake Lane. He gave him an alley-oop because he went down there to the courthouse and he threatened them jurors. And then he admitted to say if the jury didn't find him guilty, that they was going to take it into their own hands. That's jury intimidation. And here's the last thing I want y'all to keep in y'all's mind. The judge kept everything strict about this case except the jury. He let the jury go home every day and hear everything that was in the media. Think about it. Why have everything strict? No videos, everything strict in the courtroom, everything except for the jury. Now y'all can go home every day. I want y'all to hear what they saying on the news every day. So the jury turned on the news. All they heard was bad news. Law and Crime, Nancy Grace, everything on TikTok, all this shit that Jake Lang and them was saying. Imagine the jury going home hearing all this. Oh, they must convict. He didn't sequester that jury. There you have it. So I did all those videos. The video I did this morning was strictly on the judge. Y'all can go watch that. The video I did last night was on the district attorney. Y'all can go watch that. And I have another video coming in on that lawyer. Like I said, and why he didn't do a lot of things. He left a lot of shit on the table. And I'm going to come in here later on tonight, and I'm going to talk about everything that lawyer didn't do. Everything. I got a list of everything he didn't do. Period. Shout out to Dr. Candace Matthews, man. Much love to her. She held it down. She the one threw the alley-oop. On the DA, she threw I was already on the judge, but she threw that alley-oop on that DA. I didn't know about that DA. I hadn't got to them yet. Y'all let me know what y'all think, man. Shout out to her, though, man. She definitely standing on business. You know what I mean?
Hey, we always appreciate the support, and if you guys want to do so, you can use the Cash App or PayPal links. They'll be in the description box below this video or pinned at the top of the comments. The top donators will be announced every month. All right, you guys, hope y'all enjoyed the video. Like, share, and subscribe. Make sure y'all cop the merch, and make sure that you get the weight loss formula. The links to that will be in the description box below this video. Check out our next video coming up right now.